I hope you're doing well. I'm Heather and welcome to today's video. Now, I know the summer's only just started and I quite literally only got home a couple days ago, but I did repack my bags almost immediately and left for a 3-day riding camp at Jorvik's riding camp, which is located in Moorland. I've been at this camp every summer since I started my riding journey, so I owe a lot of my horseman's skills to this place, which is why even after getting my own horse, I still attend to spend time with other riders and to have fun. So with that being said, let's jump into the vlog. The riding camp in Moorland started as a 3-day clinic for beginner riders who may have come from a disadvantaged background to come and spend a few days with horses free of charge. Advanced riders and even some of Jorvik's equestrian celebrities attended the clinic to mentor and teach at the clinic. However, as time went on and more interest grew, they expanded the camp to what it is today. The 3-day clinic, which is now a camp anyone can attend, is sponsored by other riding groups, communities and equestrians, with all the profits going towards Moorland's riding program. So, it is day 1 of camp and I've just arrived. I met my roommate for the few days and we're getting along very well. But anyways, I'm kind of running late for the first part of the camp, so I'll catch up with you later. So, the first part of the day was camp instructors introducing themselves, and then they introduced us to the horses. Oh my gosh, they were all so gorgeous. However, I was paired with one of the camp's new horses, Everest, who is a lovely young warm blood. So we're going to have a very good ride. However, apparently he has little quirks, so I'm interested to see how our ride's going to go. So you'll see very quickly that I'm just doing voiceovers for most of the rest of the camp because it's just easier. Anyways, it's also very hard to film with other riders in the arena because you don't know whose consent you're going to get and who's not. It's just better to avoid everyone else in the arena. Everest was moving very nicely in the walk. He had a very confident stride, and I noticed after about a lap and a half of walking in the grass arena that I'd had to circle him a couple of times just to make sure he was listening and to also make sure he didn't get ahead of any of the other riders, so that we sort of stayed in a uniform group. His walk to trot transition was very smooth and it was very easy to sit and rise to, which was really nice. His trot was also very extended and I tried to get him to relax, give me a solid medium trot. But it was kind of counterproductive as he would just slow to a walk and he also wouldn't drop his head and carry himself. At the end of the lesson, the instructor said I could let him canter on each lead just to get him to stretch and whatnot. But oh my days, his horse would not collect into a canter. He would just keep throwing his head or kicking out or even trying to escape into a hand gallop. So I very quickly circled him and just trotted him a few laps so we didn't end the lesson on a bad note. Overall though, day 1 of the camp was really good and I definitely had very high hopes for the rest of it. Day 2 started off very strong. I was hanging out with the other campers and chatting, and honestly it's such a good way to start the morning and I love the vibe of camps when everyone's so friendly and fun. Anyways, day 2 started with riding the horses that we rode yesterday, so I was very excited to go back and see Everest and work with him some more. Today Everest was being an idiot, but he was also very nice. He did pick up his canter very consistently and he maintained it, which was very nice. And also I was really impressed because he was collected too. He did try to kick out a few times whilst we were trotting, and that was fine. Like, you know, the other riders in the arena were kind of used to his shenanigans at this point. But let me just say, this horse made me realize how many muscles you actually use whilst riding, and I feel like he was just doing everything to get under my skin, but at least it kept me alert whilst riding, so therefore kept me a lot more focused on his abilities rather than my own. After that, we then got to pick any random horse in the program to ride. I really wanted to try and work with Everest again, but another rider snatched him up, so I chose a gorgeous quarter horse who, in the last few rides I'd seen him work in, was an absolute saint, so it was really nice riding him. He was just so quiet, very responsive, so it made my life a lot easier. I may be able to focus on my riding, not so much the horse, which was nice, and very much a confidence boost, because I feel like sometimes you just need to ride nice, easy horses and work on your form rather than the horse and your form. Okay, so it is the final day of camp, and if I'm going to be honest with you, I'm a little bit sad. It's definitely been a very fun experience, I don't want it to finish. But it does, and it's always so sad. But anyways, let's just enjoy the last day that we have. So today I get to ride Everest again, and this time we're doing a little bit of work in the grass arena before making our way to Moorland Stables, where we get to use the arena. Today we're going to go over some poles, maybe some little cavalettis. I think the camp is going to use today to sort of assess Everest's abilities to do things. So we'll definitely see how that runs. While we went over some poles, I noticed that Everest very much struggled to pick up his feet. He kept getting tangled, tripping over the poles, and either slowing back to a walk or fastening to a canter. I know it was just like his panic response, but it also was just, you know, he had to also learn to trust me. So that took us a little while, but he did eventually get the hang of it, which was really good. We had a few rounds which were really nice and very controlled. So we decided to end the lesson on a good note and just cool him off there. So I have really enjoyed this year's camp, and I'm very excited for next year, but not because I'm excited to return, but I'm excited to come back and see how Everest is travelling, because it'll be interesting to see how he is after 12 months in the Moorlands beginner program. Like, he'll definitely grow, and he'll grow in confidence, and he'll be a completely different horse when I ride him next. But anyways, that is it for today's video. I hope you have all enjoyed. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch. I will see you in my next video. So stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye!